You won't be able to save everyone. You might not even be able to save yourself. Welcome home. I feel so dumb. I thought many times, my precious Kanika, where is she? And I don't know if she even exists anymore. Sheesh. Okay, let's do this. It's time to continue your journey. Wake up. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. But as your dreams start to fade, you realize that the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind resolidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. Oh, jeez. I got so scared. Oh, Dustin and Dustin's mom. Oh my goodness, when it finally stops, you're startled by the sudden silence. Human. I need to see both of them. Ah, I love both of them. Wait, where are we? Is this our bed? No, it isn't. Where are we? Human, wake up. You slowly come to, roused by the voice of your small opossum friend. Thank you, Dustin. You feel strangely cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, your head still cloudy with sleep. Your vision comes into focus. I want to see both of them. Who are the crazy? I recognize this ceiling. Where did I see this ceiling before? Is this the forbidden wing of the estate? See? Human not dead. Okay. No easy breakfast for Dustin and Dustin Mom. If I will ever give permission for anyone to eat me in this game, it's gonna be Dustin and Dustin's mom. Dustin stands on your chest, his beady black eyes staring down into yours. Dustin's mom is hovering a healthy distance away. You are not in your bedroom. I knew it. Explore, and here begin our options. Did you two hear something just now, like a piano? Start crying. Dustin, my wonderful little friend, I love waking up to your face. Traitorous marsupial. Almost managed to pronounce that right. You dragged me from the safety of my bed to this dank and dreary place. How did I get here? Stand up and get your bearings. I would like to try the explore options, but also I would like to be kind to Dustin. I'm gonna ask if they heard the piano. Did you two hear something just now, like a piano? Dustin not know about piano. Could hear some weird bird though. No need worry about weird bird. Weird bird sound like it far away from here. And I'm gonna say, Dustin, my wonderful little friend, I love waking up to your face. Human has been kind to Dustin. Dustin is so worried when Human got dragged away. Dustin Mom also worried for Human. No Human went to visit Asshole Squatter. Asshole Squatter? It's okay, the class house still belongs to Squatter. Asshole Squatter too powerful, even for Human, but hit the thought that counts. Dustin and Dustin Mom tried to help Human too, when the other one came to take you away, but
Scary human not afraid of small creature like us. But Dustin
I don't know how to separate their voices. It's too difficult.
But Dustin watch over cute human all night.
Thank you, Dustin. You stand, your legs still wobbly with sleep, the odd tilt of the floor adding to your unsteadiness. I want to see everything. Okay. But do we see all the wallpaper is peeling down? And this is Dustin because of his ears. I recognize that. His mother has black ears. Wait, why is this doorway nailed shut? Wait, in the beginning, in the ending texts, there are doors that have been locked and nailed shut, right? Oh, snappity snap. Maybe this is another part of the estate that we have not visited yet? Or one part of the Forbidden Wing? Okay, well, that cleared it out. So this is the Forbidden Wing, and Wayne tracked you here in your sleep. Can you ever trust the safety of your bed again? There are 2 doors out of the barren room. One is a normal doorway leading into what you assume to be a hallway. The other is a door that must have once been hidden, though the ruined state of the wallpaper has robbed it of its secrecy. Investigate the once hidden door, call someone. Do either of you know how to get back to my room? Go explore the Forbidden Wing. I really want to investigate the hidden door, sorry. There doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, besides the brass circle where a handle used to... Oh, should be, yeah. Okay, this is how it looks like, and Dustin is so cute. You didn't bring a screwdriver into bed with you last night, and even if you did, you worry about damaging the ancient mechanism. Hopefully you can find either the handle or another way out deeper into the Forbidden Wing.
Home on other side.
Try forcing the door anyways, look through the hole where the handle used to be, call someone. Do either of you know how to get back to my room or go explore the Forbidden Wing? I want to look through the hole. I'm curious, nosy, like that. Dun, dun, dun. I'm nervous all of a sudden. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening at what lies behind the door. Wait, what? No, that's not my bed. That's a different kind of bed. There was no cross on my bed. I would have remembered if there would have been a cross on my bed. The marsupial is right. It's your room. Which means you'd be able to slip right back into the safety of the rest of the house if you could just manage to find the handle. Street smart. Yay, let's go. Our trade. You've always believed in working smarter, not harder. The estate is massive. There's gotta be a better way out of the Forbidden Wing than this. And maybe, while you're looking, you'll catch a lucky break and stumble across the key. Let's go and explore the Forbidden Wing. You cross the slanted room and exit into the hallway beyond. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, warning you away, though there's nowhere else to run now. I want to see all the things. Here's the bar door. There has been some sort of painting, but the canvas has totally ripped or gone moldy or something. This is Dustin's mom and Dustin. Damn, these furnitures look so very old. And they all seem to have floral motifs. What do I see? Maybe stairs. Okay. Nothing scary yet. We are doing fine. Everything is absolutely fine. An ornate entryway. Its door, long gone, breaks the monotony, that's the word, of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Explore, investigate the ornate entryway, or follow footprints down the hall. I want to investigate the ornate entryway. You make your way to the large set of double doors in the middle of the hallway. You can hear the light click of claws on hardwood as Dustin's mom toddles along a safe distance behind you. It seems like some kind of entertainment room, the sort you'd expect out of fancy rich people who wanted to show off. Let's take a look at all the things. I wonder if this is the end of... In the beginning, when we see the image of this estate, I wonder if this is the part which is crumbling or falling down, because we can see light coming through and some moisture damage and broken chandeliers. And what is that? What do I see? Church? I think that's the town hall slash maybe library. And that's maybe the mine. What are these? Two men shaking hands, maybe a fire and some sort of bird? Interesting. But I'm so glad that Dustin is keeping us company. And Dustin's mom, of course, look at her. She's skillfully using her tail back there. Really appreciate both of their company. It would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. The air here stinks of mildew. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There is a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. I was thinking the same, yeah. Something else catches your eye too. A bookshelf, or rather what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Bookshelf. Do I see a bookshelf here? I don't think I do. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space beyond, once hidden, now exposed by the rot of this house.
Dustin almost never come in here. All open space, too scary, but room behind wall is good hiding place. Dustin hide there sometimes.
As he references this room behind wall, Dustin stares at the broken down bookshelf that had already caught your eye. Examine the painting, enter hidden room, ignore it, and leave this room. I want to examine the painting. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic. Still called a hospital at the time of this painting. The church, and then there's somewhere you've yet to see. The historical Callaway / Tremaine homesteads. So Bo and his father's digs. Let's take this text box off so that we can admire things that are happening here. So Scarlet Hollow, road leading to a hole in a hill. Didn't we see in the end of episode 1 or 2 or something like that, a hole in the hill? Could that reference to that? Miners are looking towards it, or are they actually looking towards the light or across? Kind of hard to say, but this looks kind of like a shaft, so I think this could represent the mine. But why would the mine be higher than a church, higher than the estate. I mean, I guess it's the source of the wealth and the income of this family. Was it Silas who first set foot in here, the forefather of this entire family? If my memory serves me correctly. It's been such a long time since I last played this game, so I might misremember things. So mine church, I think this is our estate, maybe? This is the library slash, I guess, town hall. And these would be the homesteads, and this would be the clinic. And we got all these now ravens, crows, or something else. Here they are white. But earlier we saw dog birds, and I think actually here is another bird as well. Which is interesting. What do birds and goats have to do with our family history? So 3, hands connected. I wonder who these men are. I have a couple of different theories, but I'm gonna rewatch a couple parts of older episodes, so maybe I can figure out who these men might be. I'm not sure if this one might be Enoch. Maybe? I don't know. But it looks like they formed a partnership, protected by whatever the bird this is. The faded bronze plaque beneath reads, in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow landmark Revitalization project. Let the past never be forgotten.
Dustin Nugget. Always make a mark on old cloth. Does not know that cloth for eating.
Wise words from Dustin Mom, yes. I want to enter the hidden room. You test each step as you make your way across the room. Especially careful as you cross over to the ruined section of lore in front of the bookshelf. You hear Dustin's mom hurrying behind you.
We go to dark room now. Good big open space bad. Vulnerable to attack.
The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. Let's take a look at. Oh, whoa, okay. Confederate flag, some sort of maybe pistol, and a uniform. Maybe someone used to hunt in here. What do I see? What are these weird vials? And this looks like a chalice of some sort. What? Triangle in the middle of a circle. And this might be a tree of life. And the shape of this reminds me of some Freemason stuff, but triangles are used in so many places. Again, floral motifs continue. Someone has broken a vase. And here we see Egyptian motifs. And I've seen this before, I swear, but I cannot remember what it represented. If I can find it out, I'll add it to this video. What else? Runic symbols, a dagger, some sort of dried hand, dried severed hand, and maybe some sort of cryptid, quote unquote cryptid. What do we have here? Someone carrying a heavy burden, but I cannot really make out the details. And seating spaces for several different people, and clearly this was someone's work space, or perhaps not work space. Maybe this was some sort of study, because there are books and places for, you know, ashtrays, and maybe this held some sort of liquid that they once drank. Am I missing something? Red curtains, Did someone have interest in some sort of, I don't know, in folklore, in folk tales, esoteric knowledge, ceremonial magic or something? The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty but mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room.
Good place to take nap.
Examine the desk, you've seen enough, return to the hallway. I'm totally gonna examine the desk. Even if that would be the last thing I do. So we got oak leaves here, and some drawers, matches, ashtray, and a small glass. Open the top drawer, open the bottom drawer. What if I can only choose one? Step away from the desk, you've seen enough. I'm still gonna open the bottom drawer. The bottom drawer offers some resistance as you try to pull it out. It seems that it was locked, though the bit of metal attempting to hold it shut seems to have rusted to the point of uselessness years ago. It gives in with a sharp tug, rotting wood splintering softly somewhere within the century-old desk. Inside you find a strange collection of glass vials. Their surfaces are clouded over, but you can make out what seems to be paper preserved somehow inside the container. A hint of writing visible at the edges. I want to see them. Okay. Cool. You notice some of the corks have been lightly chewed.
Pretty good for eating. Dustin always saves these for special occasion. Tastes like old pond, fine vintage.
I'm gonna open one of the vials. You reach for one of them, twisting the cork. It unseals with a pop, releasing a smell like an old pond, like decaying leaves and damp earth. You tug at the corner of the slip of paper and it unfurls, the writing across its surface as crisp and clear as if it had just been written. To Miss Maeve, I know it has been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost. But the paper dissolves before you can finish reading it, as if it finally realized that it had been submerged all these years, turning to useless pulp between your fingers.
New place to get tasty wets. Nothing Dustin Mom like to see more than Dustin live in comfort. But Dustin better not let comfort make him soft. This how Dustin brother die.
It's unlikely you'll have the chance to return here, and the vials are too delicate to carry with you. Keep reading? I'm gonna keep reading. You open another. Miss Verena, trouble with tea. Your presence requested at... Miss Verena, trouble with tea. I think there was a character whose name had a first capital letter that began with T. If I can find it, I will place it here. And another. Verena, know what you tried. do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge. Thought we bought. Again, it dissolves. Why are these notes in these glass vials? Unless these vials arrived here, they were messages to us, not something that one of our ancestors wrote. Some of these letters are addressed to Miss Maeve, and some to a Verena, all assigned ES. Enoch, Scarlet. Yeah, you assume these have to be from Enoch. Many seem unimportant, just listing a time and place. You assume meetings between Enoch and whomever this Verena may have been. Before you know it, the drawer is empty. The floor around you scattered with drained vials, the air stinking of wet rot. Open the top drawer or step, totally gonna open the top drawer. The top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter writing materials, complete with a fancy decker-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. But why would we have those bottles with messages here if they have been written to someone whose name was Verena? Why are they within a bottle? Who would you communicate with via bottles? You could use a message like that if you would convey it via some sort of liquid like water, river, something, so the paper would not get damaged in the olden days. But I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Like, what do those bottles mean? You can't help but notice the wax has been nibbled.
Red stuff stick to Dustin's teeth. Tastes good though.
Underneath you find a pile of crumbling financial documents, scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. 1917, Teddy was the name I was looking for. Yeah, problems with T. Yeah, Teddy was it, that one. And at the very bottom of the drawer, you're surprised to find a face you recognize, staring back up at you. An antique photograph of a young man, his blonde hair nearly white against the dark sepia background. It's Teddy. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in your vision. Almost. There's a carefree look in his eye that seemed to have faded away by the time he found his way to that hospital bed. Indeed. Okay, so this is taken before that happened. Okay, good to know. Feel around for anything you might have missed. Totally gonna do that. Street smart. As you search for anything more notable among the contents of the drawer, you notice something peculiar. An irregularity in the molding along the top edge of the desk, almost as if it had been removed and replaced at some point. You slip a hand into the drawer, feeling along what would usually be the solid oak of the top of the desk, but the space is clearly hollow, your fingers making light knocking sounds as they fumble against the wood. Secret compartment, secret compartment. Fortunately, it's a very simple lock, and you have years of experience. Street smart, here we go. In moments, the secret drawer slides open, revealing its treasures. It's a bundle of notes. Let's go. Oh, the seals. Scrawled on the first paper is okay, one thing at a time. Scrawled on the first page is a design you find familiar. It's the stone from that pit in the mines. Its many-armed design scratched into the paper by an untrained hand. There are other drawings here, some of which you find just as familiar. the goat head carving from what was once the town hall, and the circle of figures from the clinic. I wanna see it all. So thus far, I think we have seen at least these. What does it say? Dominion, the hand without the head. Element fire, hand of law. 3 doggy, 3 head of what? Cerberus. So the dog guarding the underworld. Judgment at the gates. Stubborn appearance. Goat. Okay. Something links in the chain of productivity. Working, maybe, is this word. Prosperity. Wait. So what if these seals are the foundation of our wealth? One entity separate from the fruit? From the something? Of fruit of labor. Okay, diligent and honor something. Okay, prosperity, dominion, and vitality. Wind. Fire. So what is this? Earth then, maybe? Asmodeus. Beast. Woman. That is not a good name to mention here. Asmodeus was one of the demons, right? Rule, violence, suffer something. Verena's something. Seal? We don't know what this says, but this says hand without the head. Cycle of birth and death. New something from old. Blessings of Janus and Hermes, maybe? So aren't all these Cerberus, Janus, Hermes, aren't they references to Greek pantheon? Old and new together joined at crossroads. Again, goat, and I'm sure there is a goat somewhere over here as well. I'm gonna read this once again. Scrawled on the first page is a design you find familiar. It's the stone from the pit in the mines. Its many-armed design scratched into the paper by an untrained hand. There are other drawings here, some of which you find just as familiar. The goat head carving from what was once the town hall, and the circle of figures from the clinic. So do all of the places which we saw in the painting have one of these seals? So one at the church, one at the town hall, one at the clinic, so there should be others as well. Also one in our estate, right? Oh, we can see the rest of them. Bounty, lamb or cherub. Some of them are fruit. Seed, weeds, growth, row of something of flies. Cycle of birth and death, new grows from old. Spirit. Gateways, door guardian, dog plus house. Blessings of Janus and Hermes. Old and new together join at the crossroads. Spirit. So prosperity, dominion, vitality, bounty, spirit, and throne. So did Enoch make some sort of ritual to get us in power? Oh man, maybe all our wealth, all our prestige is based on something, some sort of ritual or something unholy that one of our forefathers once decided to do. There are notes scrawled in the margins around the designs, most either illegible or written in some language you don't understand, though a few words stand out. Prosperity, next to the stone from the mines. Dominion, paired with the stone from town hall. Vitality with the clinic. It makes sense that vitality would be at the clinic and prosperity would be at the mine, because they are mining minerals, mining wealth basically. Dominion was in the town hall. So let's make some guesswork here. This is the clinic. This is the town hall. This is the mine. Maybe this could be the church. Doesn't church and spirit go hand in hand? What other places we had? Bounty. Bounty might be those two farms, because they were growing that huge pumpkin. Maybe that has something to do with Bounty. And what we are left with is Throne. And Throne is our estate, the one we are currently residing in. Maybe. I don't know. This is just guesswork thus far. The remaining captions seem to read Spirit, Bounty, and Throne, all attached to designs you don't recognize.
If human helped Dustin hunt treasure, Dustin would be biggest guy of all. Biggest target. Better Dustin be small, but not too small.
Step away from the desk. You've seen enough. Return to the hallway. I'm gonna step away from the desk. You step away from the desk. You've seen enough. Oh, okay, fine. Let's return to the hallway. Has anything changed? I'm quickly gonna take a look at everything. Fine, let's return to the hallway. You head down the eerie corridor, following the path laid out in the dust.
No, Dustin not go there. Dustin come back.
You turn to face Dustin's mom, who stands a little ways down the corridor from you, her posture tense. Okay, we're not gonna make Dustin's mom angry. That is not something we're gonna do.
But Dustin is helping. Nothing bad will happen to Dustin with big strong human around. Dustin Mom said no. Don't care how strong human is. Only Dustin Mom know what is best for Dustin.
Dustin looks up at you with his large black wet eyes. Who could resist those eyes? Look at that snout.
Such a cutie. Human will have to go on without Dustin.
It's a good idea. You should totally do as your mother tells you to. No, at least on some occasions. And also, we don't know how young Dustin is. Maybe Dustin is still like a possum puppy, little possum. So maybe he will need some parental guidance. He clambers down from his place on your shoulder, gripping your clothes with his little clawed hands. Oh, he's so tiny. Oh, I just want to see them, and I want to see this. Oh.
Hope human can find human-sized hole. We go back to Dustin house now. Human should be careful. Up there always smell like hurting.
That does not sound... Oh, he climbed onto her. And with the final word of caution, Dustin and Dustin's mom toddle away, disappearing into some crevice that will take them back to the comfort of your dresser drawers. He's so cute. He's traveling in the back of his mama. Love it. You continue following the tracks left by what you assume to be your fellow humans. They take you up a flight of stairs, and you find yourself on the 3rd floor of the estate for the first time. Let's go.